now that we enabled monitor mode in our system here, okay, now we are able to capture all the packets from Wi-Fi or from access point or from a phone, anything, okay. So it is very easy to capture those packets by using a program called airodump-ng, okay. So that is easy. And right now if I use just iw-config, you see that I have 1, 2 and 3 interface here, and these 2 interface is not connected to anything, okay, and this one is in monitor mode. That means I can use this one now. So let's clear this and let's use airodump-ng. I'm going to use sudo airodump-ng and then name of my interface, which is LAN 0, okay. Now let's hit enter and see what is going to be happened, okay. Now right now you can see that we are capturing a lot of data, okay. These all thing you see here, each of them is a network, okay. So this ESSID is name of that network. You see Crush, you see Wi-Fi ID, and all of them, okay. Let me make it bigger than that, like this, okay. So right now you see we can capture, okay, we can capture a lot of data using this interface that we use, LAN 0, okay. So if you let it like this, it will be continue and searching, capturing data from all Wi-Fi around us. But I'm going to use Control C or hit Control C to stop this. And here I'm going to give you some information about this stuff you see here, okay. So let's start from here. What is BSSID? You know that BSSID is the MAC address. So for example this one, okay, which is Arabi, this Wi-Fi has this MAC address, okay. Now I can have this MAC address, I can use it, and I can do a lot of attack on this, okay, but I'm not going to do that. The next one is PWR. PWR is the power. So right now you see it is -87. So power for this is not very strong, is very weak, but this one, it is very powerful, or it is it has a very powerful signal. So PWR means power here, okay. The other one, which is beacons, it is the frame, okay, the frame that we are receiving. For example, from this website, from this network, we are receiving 5 frame right now, okay. We were receiving, but right now I stop it and we are not receiving anything, okay. That's the other one, which is the data. This is the number of data. For example, from this one we don't receive anything, and from this one we receive 37. That is the number of data. And also this one, number/is, it is a packet captured in the last 10 seconds, okay. So we did not receive or captured anything from all others, but this one we captured in last 10 seconds 14 packet or frame maybe. The other one is CH. CH is channel, okay. This network is working on channel 11, and you see this one on 6, this one on 1, Mukafat, good name. The other one is MB, that is maximum speed of actually maximum speed, yes, maximum of the speed and you see, let's find which one has the highest. I think this number is the largest, okay, 270. This is the speed of the network, okay. The other one is the encryption type, okay. You see a lot of them are using WPA2. This one is using WPA, and this one you see it is open. That means we don't need any password to use it, okay, to log in or not log in, just connect to this Wi-Fi. And also we have the cipher here, or cipher. It is the cipher, okay, CMMP, WEP. This is two thing and three thing, I think, yeah, two of them, these two. And also we have the authentication here. The authentication, we have PSK, all PSK. And also we have the ESSID. ESSID is the name of that network. You see here, this one is Mahia, okay. Mahia is name of this network, and you see it has the power of 54, which is good, not really good, but that is enough to capture packets and hack the password, okay, or get the password. So this little thing was about how to capture this packet by using monitor mode of this interface. But about these three things, we are going to go through this a lot through this course, and you're going to learn more and more about them, okay. So this was it, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture. So see you. In this lecture I am going to tell you something about the bands, okay, the bands about Wi-Fi, that capturing packets, data from Wi-Fi around us, and we have two kind of bands, okay. One of them is 2.4, okay, 2.4, and the next one is 5, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. So we have this both, okay. First let's see iw-config, and you see that our access point is in manage mode, so we need to change this into monitor. So first we need to use ifconfig wlan 0 down, and as you see we are not the super, so sudo 1 2 3, and again iw-config, and then we need to change the LAN mode, okay, into monitor. As you see, not permitted again, so sudo, okay. Now again make it enable, okay. So just use ifconfig. First let's use sudo ifconfig app, okay. And now if I use iw-config and hit enter, now you see that the mode is on monitor. That is very good for me. And now if I just use airodump-ng, and then LAN 0, and right now you see that we are receiving a lot of thing here, okay, but these are not clear that they are using 5 gigahertz or 2 gigahertz. So sometimes you may not receive some of those networks, so you can specifically tell them that you want to search on 2.4 gigahertz or on 5 gigahertz or in both, okay, band. So let me use Control C here, and I'm going to go this time with another command. It is airodump-ng. Instead of using just LAN 0, I'm going to add another argument that is band, okay? And I'm going to use band A. Band A means I'm using it on 5 gigahertz, and then name of my interface. And as you see, this time we are receiving nothing. Why? Because there is no Wi-Fi that works on 5 gigahertz, okay? These are all working on 2.4 gigahertz. So if in your situation there is such a network that are using 5 gigahertz, so you will receive networks here and you can capture your data and you can use it. So again, I'm using Control C. And also there is another way of capturing these packets, this data, using on both 2.4 gigahertz and also 5 gigahertz at the same time. So it is going to be a little slowly, but it's going to work in both bands, okay? Again, use sudo airodump-ng, and again use the band argument, but instead of using just A, this time I'm going to use ABG and then name of my interface, and then hitting enter. This time it is searching for both bands, okay, for 2.4 and also 5. So right now, as you see, we are receiving these networks, and it's going to be a little slowly because it is working in both 5 and 2. Okay, for me it is not clear that which one is 5 and which one is 2.4, and as you saw that in previous command we searched and there was no one in 5 gigahertz band. So I'm going to cancel this. But for me, in my situation, in my area right now, the best option is to use just the simple one, using it without band, this one, okay? So when I use this, it is fast enough to capture all the packets, because here right now these people are not using 5 gigahertz band. But for you, maybe it is going to be kind of different, okay? So it is how the bands work and how we can handle them. We can search our network inside them, okay? So in the previous lecture we discovered these to find out about all the network around us, and we had a lot of network, okay? Now I'm going to select one of them and start digging and start searching about this network to see how we capture data from one specific network, and for example start hacking that, start sniffing all the packets. So again, I am going to use the previous program that was called airodump-ng. So use sudo airodump-ng. Now this time, instead of using LAN 0, I'm going to use something else, okay? So this is the network I select, okay? So I'm going to copy the BSS ID, which is the MAC address. So in here I am going to just specify that BSS ID, and in here I am going to paste this MAC address. So now I have the MAC address right here. The next option is to use its channel, okay? So what is the channel for this one? You see the channel is CH, okay, means channel, and it is 11. So now use that, and the next option is to save all these packets, all the data that you're sniffing, into a file. So that means to write it into a file. In here I am going to just use write, and I'm going to give a name. Let's give name of this, okay, it's Mahia. So just give a name. So now all this packet that we are storing, that we are writing into a file, that file is going to be mahia, okay? And then I need to give my interface name. So now let's hit enter and see what is going to be happened. So what password? Okay, right, sorry for right. What kind of right is that? Sorry for that. Now you see now that instead of having a lot of network here, this time I only got one network, and that is this one, okay? And you see the BSS ID, that is that was just I show you, okay, that belongs to this one. You see the power, beacon, data, all and everything you see here. And the most important thing is the encryption, that is BWPA2, okay? And also in here we have another thing, okay? We have BSS ID, station, power, rate, lost, frame, note, and props. In previous search that we were using, airodump-ng, we didn't had all this stuff, okay? But now these are new for you, okay? These are all the devices that is connected to this network, okay? So this one, BSS ID, belongs to Mahia network. As you see, BSS ID for this one, C0, that is the same. And these two, you see that these two are two new devices that is connected to this one. And it's the power for this, it's the rate or speed for that. Lost, okay, it didn't have any lost. Frame, we're receiving. Note, so we don't have any note. Props are those devices that they're not still connected to Mahia and they're trying to be connected. So right now we don't have anything here, okay? So I'm going to use Control C here. Now if I use ls, in here you see we have 4 or 5 new files here, okay? Okay, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5 new file by the name of Mahia-01, okay? Be careful about this 01 because here you didn't add 01 while you were writing into this, but now it has, okay? Automatically this airodump-ng added that. So now we have a lot of data, a lot of packets that we captured, and now it is written into this file, okay? .cap.csv, .kismet.netxml, and also csv, and also csv, okay? This log.csv and kismet.csv. So one thing that we need to know, and that is the encryption, okay? You see that it is encrypted. That means these are not in plain text. If I open this file now, you will see that these are encrypted and we cannot understand what is inside. We may see URL, we may see the password, username, a lot of things that we can see it if it is in plain text, but now because it is encrypted, we are not able to see that. So in the previous sections and lectures, in next sections and lectures, we will be covering them, how to decrypt this data. But now let's go and see how to let's see what is inside them, okay? I'm going to open Wireshark, that is here also. This Wireshark is a program that capture data while it is on, on the air, okay? We can capture data and analyze them by using this Wireshark program. It is very famous, very good program. And now I'm going to just open one of them. Okay, let's open this .cap. And when I open this, you see that this all data that here these are all encrypted. Okay, see, I can understand nothing from these all things. Here, see, we have the frames, the time, capture length, critical, all and everything is kind of, you know, encrypted. So we have one thing here, that is Samsung E. Okay, and we can understand one thing from this, that this program that has this MAC address E6, let me find that E6, that is here. Okay, now I can understand that this device is a Samsung device. See, this is a Samsung device, and C0, so it is this one. Okay, Mahia, and it is how all the data are encrypted here. Okay, so if you don't understand this, don't be worried, we will be talking about Wireshark, how to analyze this data that we receive, and all and everything from here. So this is the data. See, the data is completely encrypted, and we can understand nothing from this now. So it is how we can capture or sniff the packets from a specific network, and we can open it on a Wireshark program, and we can analyze it and search about this to see how to find some very useful information, but we didn't find that here. Okay, in the next lectures we will be talking about how to decrypt this data that is completely encrypted and get some very useful information like password of the Wi-Fi. There is another very useful attack that we need to do while we are using our attack against a Wi-Fi or a network. Okay, so that is called the authentication attack. That is very useful because we are pretending for router that we are a client that want to disconnect. Okay, and also for the client we are pretending to be as a router that I want to disconnect you. Okay, we are changing our MAC address for the client. Okay, we're changing our MAC address to MAC address of the router, and also for the router we are changing our MAC address to the client. We are telling the client that I want to disconnect you, and also we are telling the router that I want to be disconnected. So by using this very beautiful theory, we are going to manage this attack. Okay, and it is very useful to be used while we are disconnecting a client from router and then taking that handshake. That is very useful, or injecting something to the program, to the router. Okay, this is very good. And in here we are going to use another program that is called airodumpng. So let's use that by using sudo airodumpng. So this is name of this program. Okay, just like airodump-ng we are going to use, and also in here this one is going to be airplay-ng. Okay, airplay-ng. And the next option is deauth. Deauth means the authentication, and then I'm going to give a large number here because I want this to be for a while this client to be disconnected. Okay, And then we use -a. This -a means the target router, okay? And before that, I need to come right in here and let's use sudo airodump-ng, and then I am going to use all those stuff, okay, like BSSID. Or before that, let's come back right in here. I'm going to remove all this stuff because I want to use sudo airodump-ng. I want to use all this thing, okay, from here. And this time I don't want this to write anything into a file, just a simple attack, okay. And in here I'm going to use that one. So sudo airplay-ng, and then the authentication, okay, the authentication, then give a large number like this, and then -a. This -a is the target router. So what is the target router? First, let's hit enter here to find the target router. So this is the router, okay, or this one, both the same, no problem. I'm going to just copy this and paste it here. So right now I have this here, and the next option is -c. This is going to be the MAC address of the client. So we need to find a client for this router. You see we have two clients here, okay, one of them is this one and the other one is this one, which was a Samsung, I think, okay. Now I can paste it here, okay. And the last thing we need to add is name of our interface. Now everything looks good, okay. We use sudo because we need to be the super user. We use airplay-ng means name of the program, then the authentication, that is the name of the attack, okay, a large number to be disconnected this client from this router. So -a means there's router, and the c-client, okay, the client, this is name of the BSSID of the client, and this one name of my interface. Now I'm going to hit enter and then provide my password, and it is start sending the authentication packets to this one, okay. So right now this program is disconnected from this router, and right now it is not gonna be having any internet, okay, until I close this, okay. So right now it's trying to be connected, and this one trying to be connected, and it is disconnect and then connect, disconnect, connect, like this. And in this situation, or in this area, I can do something, okay. I can take the handshake, or I can inject something, okay. This is one of the very see, the network is down now. That was very useful attack, this attack that we call it the authentication attack. It is very easy and very useful while doing it on a Wi-Fi network, okay. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next section. So that's it.